Hey everyone, John Hubbard here, consultant and StoryBrand certified guide with Boomer Consulting. So you want to have better sales calls. I did a video a couple weeks ago about better business development conversations. There's some good tips in there. So if you haven't seen that video, go ahead and check that out. But in this video, I want to talk about specifically sales calls, phone calls. There are three things that you need to do if you are interested in having better sales calls. There's three things you need to do for every single call. Those three things are: one, have an upfront contract for that call. Two, set up the call. So when you actually start the call and kick off the call, we call that the setup. Set up the call with clarity and confidence. And number three is end the call with clarity and confidence. So have an upfront contract for the call. I'll explain what that is in a minute. Set up the call with clarity and confidence, and end the call with clarity and confidence. So one is that upfront contract. There should be at no point, whether it's the very first call someone's having with you or the fourth call someone's having with you, during any of those calls, nobody should be confused on what the objective is for the call, what you're going to be covering in the call, what the goals are for the call. So we always send that to the people we're going to be speaking with via email before the call. We don't use the term upfront contract in the emails, but behind the scenes we call that an upfront contract, or we actually put that in the calendar invite if it's not the actual email. But hey, we're excited to talk to you. Here's what we're going to be covering. Sometimes there's a timed timing with that. Other times is, hey, here are the three things we're going to be covering. So there is no one in question about what is it we're talking with Boomer Consulting about, right? Number two is set up the call. When that call starts, we kick off the call with clarity, right? Thanks for everyone to be here. As the upfront contract stated, I want to talk to you, or our meeting is going to be covering these three things. Is everyone clear on that? Are we alignment in that? Anyone want to add something or remove something? But we kick off with clarity and confidence so people can engage in the conversation that's happening on that sales call a lot easier, right? They're not sitting there thinking, what the heck's going on here? What's next? What are they getting at, right? We don't want those thoughts to be going on. Then we end every call with clarity and confidence, right? That can look like recapping. Here are the main takeaways from the call. Here's some main decisions. And here's what the next steps are, recapping those next steps. Now, this last one sounds pretty simple. It can sound pretty obvious. However, pay attention to the number of calls you're on where they do not end with clarity and confidence. If anyone on that call ends the call and they have questions, then you did not end that call with clarity and confidence. This communicates that working with you and your firm is of high value, and it's handled in a very professional way, high value way. It also makes it really clear what the next steps are. You're making it easier for people to do business with you. And that's essentially what we want to do in marketing, is making it easier to understand, easier to do business with us. So do those three things on your upcoming sales calls, and I promise you they will be better. Thanks so much.